Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to make sure you know all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on all new episodes of Wade's World, Boob Windows and Long Boxes, our Hard R movie reviews, and so much more, all completely uncensored. Access starts for as little as $1 a month, full videos when you pledge $3 a month. Check us out at the link in all of our show notes, or just go straight to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Phil Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks Podcast.
I'm here for Peter.
Got live it for you tonight, Lilith Hellfire. Not one, not two, not three, but 4 issues of Peter. And welcome back to the Ultimate Spider-Cast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is
Lilith Hellfire.
Peter Phil. That's right. It's 2 classic issues tonight. Web of Spider-Man 69, you're welcome, Will, and 70. And 2 new issues. Symbiote Spider-Man Crossroads #1 and Amazing Spider-Man 71. Yes, that's right. We still don't know who can do it. Well, they wanted to make it somewhat well. Like, but how?
Don't you worry about how.
Okay, Norman.
Exactly.
All right, so let's dive in because again, we've got 4 issues. We have feedback from our good friend Ray, since it's not a Batman show. All right, so like I said, continuing. We took a break for the Batman episode, but yes, we're back to our Hulk month here.
Back
so
to Hulk smash.
Oh yeah, it's right on. Yeah, it's right on the. Thank you for reminding me, Lilith Hellfire. Yes, it's right on the cover there. Web of Spider-Man 69 again. You're welcome.
69. You gotta smash it.
Hey-oh! There you go. All right. So, Web of Spider-Man 69 from October 1990.
Oh, those are such innocent times.
I know.
A spider and a Hulk. To just be a spider and a Hulk and do what spider and Hulks do, man.
Exactly. I was thinking when I was reading this, I'm thinking, you know how big of a crossover this would be, how many heroes would be in on this, and
God,
it'd be at least a 6-issue event. All right.
God bless the 90s and no other decade.
Exactly. All right. So, Web of Spider-Man 69, October 1990. Writer Jerry Conway.
You gonna say it? You gonna be petty?
Creator of Ben Reilly.
Oh. Ooh, that's even worse. Kidding. Don't at me, Scarlet Pimps. Don't at me.
I was gonna say, what the F? Thank you, Ray. So
he does love killing blondes. So
Ray or Jerry Cat?
Never you mind. You'll find out.
Tricky Dicky.
All right, so yeah, writer Jerry Conway, penciler Alex Saviuk.
Ray absolutely had to send feedback on this one.
I exactly. Inker Keith Williams, colorist Renee Witterstater, Paul Beckton, Heidi Goodhue. Oh, so there's like 3 colors on this thing. It's a lot of Hulk.
Hulk's a pretty big guy, yeah.
Okay, a lot of Hulk to color. Yes, letterer Rick Parker, no relation, and editor Jim Salicrup. All right. And again, kids, who let the dogs out? All right.
It was me, Barry.
Hey-oh. Title, A Subtle Shade of Green. Should be a not so subtle shade of green. All right, so J. Jonah Jameson has called a meeting of his staff to show them news reports of a wild animal that has been terrorizing people in Connecticut.
A wild what?
Oh, I was going to...
Wild, like an animal.
I was going to say something terrorizing Connecticut.
This is DG Chichester, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Podcast.
That's right, kids. See him at Terrificon this week, the weekend of July 31st. Jonah tells Peter Parker that he wants him to join Betty Brant and take photos while she covers the story. Yeah. See where this
I bet.
Whoa,
Pictures cover something.
Whoa. Peter is surprised because he thought Betty joined up with Jameson Publications to be Jonah's secretary. She explains,
hot mistress, whatever. We don't judge.
Hey, oh my god, we're gonna have to cover some of that. Like, it's like right before the Clone Saga, people think like her and Robbie are having an affair.
And they were. That's my headcanon. Don't steal it from me.
Oh my.
Robbie's shady, as we've learned, so I don't put nothing past him anymore.
Just points fingers at everyone else. Peter, she explains that Jonah thought she had proven herself as a reporter and gave her this assignment. Before they leave, Joe Robertson pulls Peter aside to talk to him. Peter fears the worst since Joe has been critical of him after an ethical slight, which technically wasn't an ethical slight.
Kettle pot, whatever.
I know. Robbie kept like evidence of a murder for like decades. Meanwhile, they wanted an ad of with Spider-Man in it, and Nick Katzenberg saw Peter, unmasked and thought, oh, he just dressed up as Spider-Man.
Yeah, kid.
What? It was an ad. It wasn't even like a real news story. It was an ad.
Well, conflict of interest, things like that. I mean, I get it, but.
Oh my god, that whole time I was just waiting for him to say, Robbie, I am Spider-Man.
It's like Superman writing Clark writing articles about Superman. It is kind of unethical when you think about it.
I know. But I mean, at least this one was just an ad, it wasn't actually a news story. But that would have been funny if people were like, I'm Spider-Man, Robbie, how do you like that? Okay.
Like, I knew it. I was just waiting on you to admit it. Thanks.
I was waiting for him to go. Okay.
Everybody knows. It's a Bruce Wayne situation.
It's worse if no one believes him.
Exactly.
Tells everyone no one believes him. At that moment, at the Cyber Biokinetic Institute of Greater New York, sounds evil to me, Armin Jones also...
It's not in New Jersey.
Oh, burn. Scum and villainy. Armin Jones also catches the news story about the wild animal. Russell, where are you?
Wild, like an animal.
The juice is on the loose. Watch out.
There's a drop.
Because Buffalo's in New York. Never mind.
Get in your white Bronco and get out of here. I was joking. Go back. He believes that this could be just the thing to test out his new biokinetic energy absorber.
Whatever that means.
Sounds kind of rapey to me. Armin has based the invention on notes provided by his brother Ricardo.
Convenient.
Who had built a similar device to steal the powers of the Fantastic Four's Thing. However, his brother disappeared.
The Thing, though? I mean, do we really want the power of the Thing? There's so many other... No offense to Ben and Charlie, but come on.
I know, just the physical aspect. It's like, you really want to be messing with that?
We're doing me now?
Idiots. Anyway.
However, his brother disappeared shortly thereafter, and Armin believes that the Fantastic Four had killed his brother.
He's in the quantum zone. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, and that's right. That's from Fantastic Four. What is that? 50? It says 53 here. I believe that was that This Man, This Monster that Charlie used to love until Fantastic Four Life Story ruined it for him.
I don't believe in retroactive continuity for comics sometimes. Sometimes you can just let that go. It's fine. Because Life Stories is not really,
I know. Well, that's what he even said. He didn't read Spider-Man Life Story. I'm like, well, they tried to go.
That's the best one, honestly. No shade.
Spider-Man? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At that...
Wait a minute. Of course we would say that.
Exactly. Armin has been. Wait. He hopes to perfect the device so he can get revenge for his brother. Oh Lord! So what?
A plague upon your houses.
So he's going to steal the Hulk's powers to try to fight the Fantastic Four. Yeah, ask Banner how that works.
I was gonna say, yeah, that never works out. Does he not? Do they not know? Do they not make the news stories anymore?
Unless he's just trying to get close enough to steal. He's going to be the other brother to steal the Thing's power.
Again, not the best power you want.
I know. Find Thor. Come on. Look like a Hemsworth. Come on. While back at Jameson Publication.
I mean, if you want to be a third best Hemsworth, that's
fine. I said a Hemsworth. Maybe he'll look like Liam. Come on.
There's only one Liam.
Oh my. While back at Jameson Publications, Joe Robertson apologizes to Peter for how he's been treating him and that he recently learned an important lesson in forgiveness. Dun, 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 dun.
Sure.
Well, after last issue's encounter with Tombstone.
Yeah, like I said, sure.
Peter is happy to hear it, and the longtime colleagues bury the hatchet.
In each other's backs.
Whoa!
Hey, that was a double entendre. Don't mind me.
Oh my god, I had the best Ray drop when we were recording last Scarlet Spider, and it wasn't clear. Damn it.
Oh.
He said something about, wasn't it an idea? I think he said dying in the arse or something, and I was like, oh.
You can always just ask him to do it again. He'll gladly do it.
Oh, I know. That's how nice he is. I can get him to say the most humiliating thing. He'll be like, oh, sure, kid.
It's never going to show up on Moon Knight, so what does he care?
Oh, true. Oh, wait till we do that crossover with him and Saren. He'll be like, Saren, you're about to hear a whole nother side of Ray.
Poor Saren. She's going to be so disappointed.
I know. You're just going to be... Saren, he's been keeping a secret from you.
I love Batman.
Don't even ask about the sausage. While in Connecticut, state police have gathered on the Merritt Parkway where the alleged wild animal...
Wild, like an animal.
...had been spotted. They soon see a large figure falling out of the sky. As they try to identify it, they narrowly avoid being crushed under the feet of the Hulk.
I love that panel, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, that's a Hulk.
Angry great green man.
Wild, like an animal.
It could have been worse. He could have been Red Hulk at the time.
Banner wasn't Red Hulk.
Said
Could've
a Red Hulk.
It could have been Joe. But yes, they narrowly avoid being crushed under the feet of Hulk, who's carrying Betty Banner. Seeing that the Hulk has
he finally found her.
Yes. I don't think they don't give you an editor's
note.
That
was a journey, let me tell you.
Oh, yes. They don't give you an editor's note, but I'm pretty sure this takes place between 372 and 373 of Incredible Hulk. So
you would be correct, sir.
It's the only way this works, because this was like great Hulk time. That's the only spot this would work. Seeing that the Hulk has a woman in his arms, the officers hold their fires. The Hulk leaps away. As they flee the scene, Betty convinces the Hulk to hide out in a nearby ice house so they can be safe from the authorities.
So he can cool down, see?
Hey-o. Okay, Kona.
Gotta compete with these dad jokes somehow, guys. Come on.
Inside, Betty manages to convince the Hulk to calm down enough to cause the Gamma Spawn brute to revert back.
Sun's getting low, bro. Sun's getting low.
That's right. Disoriented from the episode, Bruce is comforted by his wife, who is who assures Banner that she will never leave him to face the Hulk alone again.
Lies?
Well, she kind of died before she left, you know.
Exactly, lies.
Well, she couldn't control dying.
It's the Marvel universe.
But it's the Marvel universe. She pulled in X-Men and she got better.
Oh, she's a plant person for all we know, or a Skrull at this point.
All right, it gets better. While in Queens, Christy Watson has completed recovery
Oh, God.
from her heart attack triggered by her eating disorder. After saying...
Okay, no. You can't just gloss over an eating disorder.
Okay.
Like, what? Why?
Because
was there like an uptick in women reading Spider-Man in the late 80s to early 90s? Is that what this was about? Was this pandering? Did they get a grant for putting this in their comic book? I want to know. I have questions.
I don't know. Or maybe they were trying to lure women in. I don't know.
You're not going to lure me. You're going to turn me off with an eating disorder. Like,
I mean, it's going to be a model like her cousin.
Anyway, just... bleh. I mean, that was a bad... Never mind.
And it's kind of a way to like have a teenager in the book without them having to have their own kid, I guess.
God, that was a terrible trial run. I was like, nope, never gonna work. Sorry. Try again in the next decade, buddy.
What's worse than like having a kid? She's trying to like check Peter out in the shower.
Yeah.
After saying goodbye to her doctor and other patients, Christy leaves with her cousin Mary Jane. Mary Jane tells Christy that her parents are still in Paris on business and that Christy can stay in New York until they return. She also reveals that, oh Lord, this could be a theme tonight. The Osbournes have asked that Christy work as a live-in babysitter for their son Normie.
Normie!
Oh my God, what if Kindred is Christy?
You made me babysit Normie! Abuse on both your houses! Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow.
Whoa. When they meet up with Liz Osborne and her son, Christy happily accepts the job. When Liz makes a comment about romance being important to a marriage, it gets Mary Jane beginning to worry that a lack of romance may be what is making Jason Jerome so attractive to her. Spider-Man.
Oh, God.
Scroll down, kids. Spectacular Spider-Man 165 through 167. Scroll down.
She's looking for a little spice and nothing nice.
Whoa.
Heads. You can't trust them as far as you can throw them.
Remember when we talked Night and Fog?
Oh, I remember.
Oh my, I remember.
I was there.
I believe that was also written by a blonde's worst enemy.
No, not Hugh Hefner. Calm down.
Oh my. Meanwhile, Betty Brant and Peter Parker are en route to the wild animal sightings.
Wild like an animal.
Along the way, Betty explains that she decided to start a new career after the death of her husband, Ned Leeds, and her subsequent nervous breakdown. Give it about 30 years. He'll be back.
That's nothing in comic book time. Ask Barry Allen.
I know. What was that? 2 years in their time? Yeah. They soon hit a police barricade and are ordered to turn around. Peter tells Betty that he's going to poke around to get photos at the scene.
I bet.
Hey-oh.
Wait a minute, he's not Flash.
I wouldn't want to take me to a crime scene neither. But in reality, it allows him to get away and change into Spider-Man. Suspecting that there is something more going on, the wall crawler finds a set of Jeep tracks in the woods and decides to follow them.
Not a Jeep. Nothing good can come of this. No offense to Jeep drivers, but y'all know what y'all be doing. At least in Florida.
I was going to say, especially in Florida, right, Lilith Hellfire?
Jeep with no doors at the beach? Run.
The Jeep in question is being driven by Armin Jones, who has been tracking the wild animal. Oh, jeez.
God, could you be more obvious? Wild. We know who's on the cover.
I know. Since discovering that it's been giving off a gamma radiation. If you didn't know before.
Long sigh.
You didn't know before. His device brings him to the ice house where Bruce and Betty are slumbering. Is that what we're calling it these days?
Slumbering.
Hey, man. Gotta keep him calm. When he uses his biokinetic absorption device on Banner, it draws away some of his strength. However, this doesn't stop a transformation into the Hulk.
You asked for it, buddy. I don't feel bad for you.
I know, man. He zapped
You
him.
woke up. You literally woke. You wouldn't let a sleeping dog lie. You get everything coming to you.
And I mean, he basically like poked him right in the head too. So I mean,
Idiot.
The Hulk swats Armand away, but before he can harm the scientist further, Spider-Man comes crashing through the window.
Oh, all those glass makers. You know how expensive window glass is, man?
I know.
And back then, we didn't even have cheap Asian glass to import. So we were paying top American dollar.
As the two battle it out, the floor gives way under the combined weight of the two combatants, sending them crashing to the floor below. I don't think it's more of one combatant over the other. Both Betty and Armand fall down the hole, and that is when Betty discovers that Armand is dead.
Lady fall down the hole.
But don't worry about Armand. No one will ever answer for his death.
He should have had a hammer.
What?
Arm and hammer.
All right, you brought this on yourself.
Suck it, Lilith.
As Spider-Man and the Hulk struggle, Spider-Man is sent reeling back into Betty, who's holding on to Armand's device. The device jolts Spider-Man, stunning him long enough for the Hulk to hit Spider-Man with enough force that he goes crashing through the wall and into the pond outside.
Not this again. Good goodness, not this again.
The Hulk leaps in after him. Betty waits at the water's edge as the brute beats the wall crawler seemingly to death.
Way to go, Betty. That's her turn on. We figured it out. She's got to be with the Hulk for a reason. Hey.
The Hulk then grabs Betty and leaps away, leaving her wondering if the Hulk had killed the wall crawler. However, Spider-Man survived, and after crawling himself out of the water, Spider-Man assures himself that the fight was worth it as he got the photos of the entire brawl. Yeah, who cares if someone died?
It's blurry.
And someone died, but who cares? All in all,
a little callous sometimes.
I know. Because again, he doesn't know who this scientist is. I don't think he'd even see him try to like hit the Hulk with that thing. All in all, Spider-Man.
Wait a minute, Kindred is Armand confirmed.
Oh, that would be such a letdown. I'd rather it was the guy Charlie keeps yapping about.
No.
We're doing me now.
All in all, Spider-Man will recover. However, he is mildly bothered by how itchy his back has become. Again, seeing Incredible Hulk. Whoa. Again, seeing Hulk 372. Okay. The whole, Robbie, the whole faked photo Robbie got mad about was from Web of Spider-Man 63. Mention is made of Joe failing to report a murder but committed by Tombstone. That's again.
Yeah.
That's Spectacular Spider-Man 139. Scroll down.
Not even that far, honestly.
Yes. Christie has been staying at the, I think at the beginning of the year. So yeah, will it be February? Christie has been staying at the Queens Medical Center since suffering a heart attack in Web of Spider-Man 53. When it was revealed she was bulimic.
Nice try. Hope you got your grant money.
Of course, that's the upstanding citizen Jason Jerome has been trying to seduce Mary Jane starting in Spectacular Spider-Man 166.
Get in line behind Bruce.
And Ned Leeds was murdered in Spider-Man vs. Wolverine. The death had a negative impact on Betty's mental health until the aforementioned Web of Spider-Man 63.
Could you imagine? You're like, wait a minute, it's got nothing to do with me. Why's my character gotta die? Wolverine should die. He's on the cover.
After a couple years, man, they were just like, okay, let's just wrap this Hobgoblin thing up. You can give the costume to that nobody Macendale. What if Kindred's Macendale?
You shut your filthy mouth.
He's pissed everyone forgot about him.
Don't you put that into the atmosphere. That's the kind of garbage they would pull in the 21 in this year of our Lord 2021. Damn it, Philip.
Hey, how else are we gonna get like a 4-way Goblin War between Harry, Norman, Roderick Kingsley, Jason Macendale? Hell, throw Phil Urich in there, 5-way.
Hey-o.
Hey-o. And Spider-Man was surprised to see the Hulk. At the time of this story, the Hulk was believed to have been killed in Incredible Hulk 345, not 245 like this says, 345.
Burn. Look at
Burn.
Phil dropping knowledge on these fools.
Burn. Just need to drop, be like, yes, it is I, Petty. Captain Petty.
Yeah, we're gonna need that drop from you, Phil.
I need a matching one from you, Miss Hellfire.
Anytime, sir.
Oh my god, we just get ready to like drop one like, boy, someone's being petty, and it could have worked for either you or me. All right, Lilith Hellfire, what did you think of that quick battle with the Hulk?
I'm salty. Get it right, Philip. You're petty. I'm salty.
Oh yes, you may have enjoyed our music in the 90s, Salt and Petty.
I think I smell Christmas t-shirts, but that's fine.
Yes! Capes and Lunatics presents Salty and Petty. Our faces on it, yes.
Anywho, this one is all set up, but it's fun. At least we do get the confrontation in this issue, which is unusual. Usually they wait for the next issue, so I did enjoy that. It's a lot of moving parts that when Hulk shows up, I want to focus on Hulk, but they kind of never give that to us, especially like not in the 90s. But he's always on the his crossovers with Spider-Man he's always like disappeared or on the run. It's never just like happen chance.
I know. Again, we covered those amazing issues. He's on the run in Canada. Now he's on the run here. Again,
and always looking for Betty.
Hulk was almost like a plot device to set up issue 70, which we're about to get to.
Yes. But all in all, it's still good. I like the art.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really fast paced. You get through it really quick. At least I did anyway.
Oh, yeah, yeah. They don't try. Modern comics could never.
Like you said, this would be a 6-issue arc.
And, of course, the art is great. It's Alex Symbiote.
That was just a really nice package.
You gotta find that drop every time. Symbiote.
Oh yeah, I gotta go back in the archives or be like, hey Ray, just say Alex Symbiote for me and send it to me. Thank you. And draw.
That's what it's for.
And draw it out a couple seconds, kid, because
Because I know Lilith likes it long.
Hey, all right, ready for 70?
Oh, 69 went by too fast. Hey-oh. But yes, let's get into 70.
All right. Web of Spider-Man, number 70, November 1990. Looks like the same team, except there's just one colorist, Bob Sharon. But yeah, everyone else looks the same. A Hulk by any other name.
Would still be just as green.
Oh my. After an encounter with the Hulk, Spider-Man returns to New York City with a biokinetic energy absorber, a device that he was blasted with during the battle. Thank you, Betty. He wakes up just as the train arrives in New York. Feeling weak, the wall crawler leaps off the train and changes back into Peter Parker. Feeling incredibly tired, Peter decides to store the biokinetic energy absorber in one of the pay lockers at Grand Central Station until he can get some rest and come back for it. Suddenly, his spider sense...
Tingling.
I was going to say, it's like, the whole time the Hulk's pummeling him, I don't think that spider sensor went off once, but now all of a sudden it's
tingling, tingling.
But it is only another commuter getting off a train, leaving
It's
Peter...
because he liked it.
Whoa. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Oh, yes, he likes the beating. Okay.
I'm that kind of freak.
But yes, the spider sense goes off to some commuter getting off a train, leaving Peter to think that his spider sense might be out of whack as well.
Psychosomatic.
I don't know if we ever get back to that, but I don't know. It looked like one of the Lobo brothers to me, but
we don't speak of those guys.
I don't know if we ever got back to that.
They knew it was just as dumb as we thought it was.
Oh, we're getting to the Lobos one day, Lilith.
Oh, that's fine with me. They're ridiculous fun.
Heading outside to catch a taxi, Peter witnesses a group of young kids hassling a man. Before Peter can intervene, some beat cops arrive.
Hassling a man, not the man.
That's true. Before Peter can break it up, some beat cops arrive and break up the scene, much to his relief. As Peter gets into his taxi, he witnesses as the youths get away from the cops and run into the station.
He's got New York taxi money? Okay.
Why he said? I think doesn't he say he's feeling that bad? Hey man, he's got some good pictures.
Don't count your. Hey, you're not supposed to count your eggs before they're hatched. You know.
I know, but I mean, it's just picture out of the picture of the Hulk pummeling Spider-Man again. Remember the last time?
Jonah's gonna blow his load on that one. P.S. This podcast is rated T, and nobody tell Rob.
I know. Remember how happy he was last time? He's like, "Oh, give me pictures of the Hulk killing Spider-Man."
Nobody tell Rob.
Oh, shout out to J.K. Simmons saying he's open to coming back for to being to reprise his role for Batgirl if they do make the movie.
I know, man. He's on fire, man. He does the voice on Invincible. He's Jameson. He might be Commissioner Gordon again.
Man loves to work. Let him work.
It's a Simmons-ons. All right. So after those teens run off, when Peter arrives at Jameson Publications to drop off the photos he took, he gets trouble from Betty Brant since he abandoned her in Connecticut without telling her where he was going.
She's used to it. She hates dirtbags.
Oh. Jameson backs Betty up, and as the two scold Peter for his unprofessionalism, he quickly loses his temper. He shouts at them to leave him alone and then storms out of Jonah's office. Slams that door. I love how they're like, "Oh, he's so sensitive." What's like we're both getting in his face, literally getting in his face. You've been teasing him for years, Betty. Come on.
Cougar alert. Cougar. Actually, Puma. She's not old enough to be a cougar.
She's older than him, but I don't know how much.
Yeah, so like not a lot. So she's a Puma, not quite a cougar. I don't want to get yelled at by TikTok. So I'm gonna try to be careful.
I'm gonna get yelled at for not putting up content.
My comments are my content.
I know. Feeling that something is wrong, Peter rushes up to the roof, unaware that he is setting off a silent alarm by doing so. Again, no spider sense. After he has finished...
Psychosomatic.
Well, I'll just say maybe he's not feeling good. After he has finished changing into Spider-Man, two security guards confront him. Losing his temper even more, Peter warns them not to make him mad. But don't make me mad. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. But
Low-key, Peter's angry all the time anyway. His name's Peter, for God's sakes.
And as Lilith Hellfire will tell you, kids, you don't want any part of an angry Peter.
Flipping right, you don't.
Suddenly, Spider-Man grows in size and his skin turns green, becoming some kind of Spider Hulk in the process.
No, what are you? Some kind of Spider Hulk?
And I love how like other parts of that costume rip, but that mask still stays on.
It's like Hulk shorts, you know?
I guess. Are you comparing Hulk's junk to Peter's head?
You leave me and my fan fiction out of this.
Hey-oh. The frightened guards open fire on the hulked out web slinger, but their bullets bounce harmlessly off his skin. The Spider Hulk swats the guards away and leaps off the building. Oh my. Confused and exhausted, the Spider Hulk lands in a decrepit area of the city and goes to sleep. As he begins to relax, the Spider Hulk reverts back to human form. As he slumbers, a group of people surround the masked hero. When the wall crawler wakes up, he discovers himself in the shanty town of homeless people who have come to his aid. Spider-Man thanks them for their charity, but fearing that another transformation will put them in harm's way, the wall crawler wisely decides to leave. Hoping to learn about Armin Jones, the creator of the biokinetic device.
Oh, now you're worried about it.
Yeah, now it's his problem. Spider-Man swings to Forest Hills, where he pays a visit to Betty Brant at her apartment.
Sorry, baby.
Got no time for love, baby. He asked for all the information that Betty had on Jones. Betty gives Peter her notes, but noticing that he doesn't look well, she suggests that they contact his wife. Peter assures her that this isn't something to worry Mary Jane about and leaves. Way to kill the mood.
Exactly.
Changing back into Spider-Man, Peter goes to Armin Jones's lab where he finds his notes on a table. Unfortunately, when he picks up the notes, he sets off a blaring alarm.
Okay.
I mean, unless you're worried about the cops coming, what do you care? The dude's dead.
It's the Marvel Universe, to be fair. You never know what could go wrong in a laboratory. You hear alarms, you better freaking run, or you're getting gassed, dunked in acid. You don't know. So he has every right to react that way.
True. The noise angers the wall crawler enough to trigger another transformation into the Spider Hulk. However, the wall crawler manages to get away from the source of the noise and gets himself back under control, reversing the transformation. Reading over Armin's notes, the web-slinger learns that the device absorbs and rechannels biokinetic energies from one individual to another. He correctly deduces that he was jolted with the Hulk's energy, creating his current situation. What was your first clue?
It's for the slow readers in the back, Phil.
It's the slow Peter. It's like, okay, when you got angry, you turned big and green. I wonder whose energy I got hit with.
Must be Mary Jane's, period. Must be.
Oh.
Don't at me. Don't at me.
I mean, maybe it's the same guy who was pummeling you a couple hours ago. Okay.
Might want to go get that checked out.
No. However, he also discovers that the same device can cure him of his condition as well and heads back to Grand Central Station to recover it from the storage locker. This should be easy.
He's going to get so mad. It's New York, bro. Come on.
Unfortunately, by the time that Spider-Man arrives, the locker had been broken into and the device stolen by the same punks he saw earlier. It's another Uncle Ben situation, man. He let them punks go, man.
No good deed goes unpunished, bro.
That's right. Growing angry, Spider-Man changes into the Spider-Hulk once more, scaring a homeless man that was sleeping next to the lockers. Threatening him with violence, the homeless person tells the Spider-Hulk who took the device and where they went. By this point, the kids have been found by the police again and are fleeing capture. It's then that the Spider-Hulk arrives, demanding the device from the youths. When the police open fire on the...
From the youths?
That's what it says. Say a prayer for the youth of America.
Too late.
No. When the police open fire on the Brood, he brings down the ceiling to block the officers with his web shooters, which stayed on even though he has grown in size.
Must be made out of adamantium or vibranium.
Something. He then leaps at the kids, demanding the device. When one of the teens holds out the biokinetic absorber, it strikes the Spider-Hulk, draining away the gamma radiation from his body, causing the creature to revert back to normal. Feeling himself growing weaker, Spider-Man takes this opportunity to flee the scene. After he has recovered, he happens to see another one of the Daily Bugle's billboards promoting the wall crawler, leaving him to wonder how the publication will make him out to be a hero after this recent incident.
Well, you know how it goes.
There's a what if. What if that device had been destroyed before he cured himself?
He was stuck as Spider-Hulk. Mary Jane would have left his butt in a heartbeat.
I mean, I guess he could have went to the Fantastic.
He would have went to Las Vegas, bro.
But and again, once he's cured, that of course, that device gets destroyed because God forbid we cure Bruce Banner.
Then we have no stories to tell, you know.
I know.
And let's be honest, he kind of secretly likes being the Hulk anyway.
That's true. I don't know. So, what did you think of this one?
Convenient plot point is convenient, obviously, but
oh yeah,
it's fun getting to see if you don't want to do the black suit, what else can we do? To shake things up. And I like that they chose this route. It wasn't time for Venom just yet. You know what I mean? It wasn't his annual swing by.
Yeah, he had already made his yearly appearance. Yeah.
So. And
that's what, for the longest time he only showed up in Amazing. Yeah, he didn't show up in Web for a while. Might not have been till Maximum Carnage.
You know what?
They saved him.
Never even thought about that.
Yeah, they saved him for Amazing for the first couple of years. Yeah.
Well, it was the main book, so.
So there's your Spider-Hulk, kids, if you're watching the YouTubes.
Looks like he's got gangrene.
Like I said, look, Errol, arms.
He's a a Spider Hulk.
Oh,
That's a Spidey Goblin.
Oh. It's not November yet. What are you doing?
Gobble
Well,
gobble.
Since it's never too early for Halloween, thank you, Dollar Tree and Walmart.
Oh, they have Halloween stuff already.
Yeah.
Gobble gobble.
Yeah.
I'm
expecting Dunkin's and Starbucks to start selling pumpkin spice any day now. It just starts earlier and earlier every year.
Gotta make that money somehow, man.
True.
They lost money. They lost money last year. Come on.
Well, everybody can't be Jeff Bezos. But anyway, I thought that it was an overall good two-parter. I'm glad. I do feel like it could have been a one-parter, but it was the Hulk, so, obviously we were getting a two-parter. I just feel like I just want to explore the Hulk more when he makes these guests. You know what I mean? I don't like him being the plot device.
Again, it's like they almost had to quickly squeeze it between two issues of the Hulk.
Yeah. But it's always great seeing Hulk show up in other stuff, especially with Spidey. It's like two juggernauts of staples of Marvel, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's always fun to see Spider-Man get smashed like an actual spider, and who can do that? Hulk.
That's true.
Art was great. Again, another fast-paced story. I wonder what Ray had to say.
Oh, that's right. We have feedback from Ray.
But you give your opinion first, Philip.
Oh no, I loved it. Of course. I mean, hell, I read these when these were new. I mean,
quintessential '90s reading.
I wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy for loving these because just the nostalgia and stuff. But
it's the nostalgia too. But also modern comics can never.
Oh yeah, no. Like I said, this would have been at least 6 issues if this was modern.
Well, they would have squeezed in Wolverine.
Yeah, it would have been a big quest to find that device to cure Spider-Man. Yeah. We would have got everybody, Avengers in on this, X-Men,
Fantastic Four.
Daredevil. All right, but enough about us. What did Ray have to think about this? He who knows so many comics, because he hosts such shows as Last Sons of Krypton, a Superman podcast. To know her is to fear her, the Spider-Woman podcast. Yes. And, of course, you'll hear him 2 episodes from now talking Scarlet Spider Unlimited #1 with myself because he joins me and usually Matt Kona the last Tuesday of every month for the Scarlet Spider Sausage Fest, as Lilith Hellfire loves to call it. And, of course, the man who is so happy Moon Knight #1 came out, the host of Into the Night,
the Moon Knight podcast.
That's right. It's our buddy Ray. All right, Ray, what did you have to think of Spider-Hulk?
Hello, Phil and Lilith.
Hello, Ray.
Just dropping some thoughts for Web of Spider-Man 69 and 70. I can't remember the Hulk by any other name. Let's call it that. Now, these were, I mean, the moment Phil told me that you guys were going to
Within the
review
hour,
these two, I just had to jump at the opportunity. I remembered loving this when it first came out. So I, dived into my boxes of comics and pulled out the issues. I'm quite happy actually that they maintained. I haven't bagged or bought them. I should have. I'm still in the process of doing that, but they've still maintained most of their integrity. So it was a good read to read the floppies again. This was 30 odd years ago. Now I'm just setting the premise because I want to say, I mean, I really enjoyed these 2 issues. When I first read it. So I was a young tacker, a 12-year-old back in 1990, and this was gold for me because it married the 2 of my favorite characters, Spider-Man and Hulk, with possibly during that time one of my favorite artists, Alex Saviuk. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Reading it now, look, I still enjoyed it. Much of it is nostalgia, but it is a dead simple story, isn't it? It's like a 2-part. Really, the whole thing is built off the one idea of let's make Spider-Man the Incredible Hulk. Everything else is kind of like very simple to work towards that. I mean, we've got Armando Jones's doohickey biokinetic energy transfer. We've got the Hulk and Betty coming in, just kind of rampaging through Connecticut. But it's literally, I mean, it's just Spider-Man getting, zapped with the machine. And then towards the end, some punks accidentally zapping him back because he wants to retrieve that biokinetic machine from them, which they steal from the locker. So it's not that complicated a story. And, if you do compare it with other stories, by no means is it, does it give much depth or anything like that? Or is it profound or it lingers in your mind for days and days? Nothing like that, but it's just a fun story. And you do get to see Spider-Man Hulk out, which is cool. And there's also, I guess, some other little things that were ongoing for the Web of Spider-Man. We see Betty Leeds actually on her first kind of written assignment, which is kind of cool. There's still the fallout for Peter and Robbie Robertson, and that photo that he kind of claims is fake. Still, you still get a mention of that, and of course Mary Jane and her, I guess, questioning whether she still has that spark with Peter. Incidentally, there are so many great titles of Spider-Man, but for me, it's the Alex Savuik Web of Spider-Man and Sal Buscema. Both of their iterations of Peter Parker and Mary Jane, I find, for me, are the portrayals or the looks of Peter Parker, which is kind of very similar to the John Romita, I guess, Peter Parker and Mary Jane. So there are some leanings towards that. But really, I mean, I enjoyed these issues. Having reread them again, I can't say that I, I can't give them a 10 out of 10 or anything like that, because they're very just dead simple stories, a bit of fun, a bit of popcorn entertainment. So I'm willing to give it a good B, I reckon, for overall. It doesn't linger any more than it should, nor should it, because, the idea is just very simple. But you kind of get what's on the tin. You get Spider-Man as Hulk, and that's just a lot of fun. Also, the Hulk is meant to be dead, so that's why there's a bit of confusion as to who that rampaging beast is. But, I'll give it a solid B. It was just a lot of fun, and this is why I like the Web of Spider-Man comics, basically, because they just, of this era, because they bring in so many great, I guess, stories. So anyway, I shall hear what you have to say, but keep it going. Cheers. Catch ya.
Catch it indeed, sir.
Catch ya. I mean, seriously, I told him, when was this? Was it yesterday morning or what morning was that? It was
was the morning before that.
Yeah, it might have been Tuesday morning. Yeah, like I said, I told him and Russell, I'm like, yeah, we're doing this, and it wasn't on Marvel Unlimited, so Ray's like, oh, I'm gonna.
It's not on Marvel Unlimited.
No, I'm like,
what the hell? What the f, Marvel?
I know, it's like
it's a Spider-Man and Hulk cross. What? That's unheard of.
I know there's other web Spider-Mans on there, but not this one. I'm like, what?
Oh, because it's 69. I see how it is. Racist.
What the F?
Wait a minute. Now we're going to have to go looking for 69 issues. Maybe they took them all off.
Oh, my.
Out of the gooch.
Boing.
So, yeah, man, within the hour, I told him he had dug out his floppies. He had read them and sent He's like, oh, feedback sent. I was like, wait, what? I mean, it was an early morning for me, so it was probably evening for him. But I'm like, holy crap.
Motivation, buddy. Motivation.
He loves the 90s like I do.
Oh, so let's get to the new stuff. Did you pick up Amazing Fantasy #1 by chance?
No, I did not. Is that any good?
I mean, the Spider-Man issue, which is why obviously I picked it up. Kind of have to. It was the Black Widow story was pretty good though, and then what was the other one that I really liked? The Captain America one is really good too, actually.
Huh.
So shout out to Car Andrews, who both wrote it and did the art. It is a $5 book, just something to be aware of, and it's very much a love letter. But it's like very actually high fantasy, like Game of Thrones, dragons, other dimensions, things like that. So I just really liked that that kind of take on it because I'm kind of into that kind of stuff. So it was cool seeing those two things merge together, and then also giving it that epic name of Amazing Fantasy, obviously.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I mean, for the art alone, I would say go ahead, pick it up.
Yeah, I like Corey Andrews. I might have to pick that up.
Yeah. So let's talk the new book, the real new Spider-Man books.
All right. Well, let's start with the one I don't have a synopsis for. Symbiote Spider-Man Crossroads. Speaking of the Hulk.
Yeah. That happened.
What did you think? What's wrong, Lilith? Moondark? Is that what you're from? I mean, I wonder if it would tickle someone else's fancy.
We're doing me now.
Well, it's Peter David, so obviously I had to pick it up, and it's interesting. It's just not. It's not what I would want. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's good. It's just not anything that I was actually like interested or clamoring for.
He seems like he's going in weird directions with these, because even last time there was the whole thing with Doctor Strange and stuff, and
yeah, it's like characters I don't care about.
This is more like mysticism and stuff. Well, I guess any excuse to get Spider-Man to the Crossroads where the Hulk is currently trapped. Well,
and it's like very psychedelic, and it's just like, well, if you would have told me, I would have grabbed a doobie, man.
Whoa!
But I also like that it's kind of a prequel to his run on Hulk, I guess, was his take and his idea.
Yeah.
So I get it. I get it. I like it. It's fine. It's great enough.
I get it.
Greg Land did okay on the art. I mean, I'm used to seeing him team up with somebody other than that. So I was expecting someone else on the art.
Yeah.
So, still, Greg Land did a good job. But it's just put it in the collection. But I don't know if I'm ever gonna read it again, kind of thing.
There were some fun moments, just like the whole chameleon thing and Jonah thinking, haha, I got you now. Haha, it's not the president. It's an imposter. It's the chameleon.
As always. Expected.
It's Chameleon.
Nice. Deep cut alert.
Come on. I wonder if Chameleon's going to be in Kelly when Kelly's writing Amazing. We'll have to be like, yeah, you have to have Spider-Man call him Leon, Chameleon.
That should be his alias. It was right there in your face, see?
Cam Leon.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like Joker.
I remind ask Charlie what he thought of it for Capes.
Okay. I'm sure if he read it, he'll let us know.
Okie dokie.
I mean, I know that she was like this at the time, but just Felicia and the whole, put your mask back on.
I actually love that because that's exactly how it feels. Thank you for someone calling it out.
That would be you.
Not in the face.
I'm like Batman. Yeah, let's just keep the masks on.
Whoa.
While we do it on the rooftop. Yes.
And she's not going down to the basement, kids.
I'm a villain, though, so it's all good.
All right, so should we get...
Ladies!
All right, so should we get to the 71st edition of Who is Kindred?
Oh, my God, please. Let's do this. I'm going to get the nice stuff out of the way. I enjoyed the artwork.
Oh, my. All right, hold on. I actually have the synopsis, so...
Oh, somebody actually wrote a synopsis for this now?
Yeah. But it even says, warning, this is a recently published comic, so, spoilers ahead. So, kids, if you don't want spoilers...
Not really spoilers, but okay.
I know. Well, kids, if you don't want spoiled, spoilers...
It's Thursday! Read your books on Wednesday! Like normal comic book nerds.
Yeah, Charlie, yes, sir. I mean, you people. But yeah, spoiler alert. All right, I think we gave enough warning. Of course, this was written by Nick Spencer, penciler Federico Vicentini, who so inked it. Ooh, nice. Oh no, wait, there was a
somebody else did.
Oh no, penciler and inker was Federico Vicentini and Federico Sabatini.
Sabatini, yeah. I think they're the same person trying to get two checks, but that's just me.
Probably. Colorist Alex Sinclair, letterer Joe Caramagna.
Come on, they're Italian. Danielle, come get your man.
Oh my. And editor Nick Lowe and Lindsay Kohik. So this one title, Sinister War Part 1. Ooh.
Really? I feel like that was the
Wouldn't that be Sinister War number 1?
right. Okay, whatever.
Well, that's what the inside of the comic says, Sinister War Part 1, so.
I think that was a misnomer. I think this is not going to be in the second print.
Oh my. Kindred narrates how if he could dream, then this scenario would be it. Chiding Peter for taking on the insurmountable challenge, but making a hell of his own creation from the choices he made for all those in his life, and that they will die in his arms. What? They just died in your arms tonight. Assured that Peter
It's
had...
called Viagra.
Hey-o! Resurrect the dead. Assured that Peter had great power, but blaming him as responsible for all the hurt and suffering.
I'm taking a drink.
All
I
right.
heard responsibility. I'm taking a drink.
Would Lilith Hellfire get partial credit if this was Uncle Ben? He wouldn't be
Yes.
Mephisto, but he'd be Kindred.
You know what? I'm gonna give it credit.
Well, you're taking credit for the drink. Elsewhere, Quentin Beck portals himself and Mary Jane to his first studio.
Quentin Beck. Wait a minute. They really called him Quentin Beck. Okay, that's fine.
To his first studio where Mysterio was born. Reflecting on his classic bouts with Spider-Man, he lamented on his death after fighting Daredevil. Remember that Kevin Smith debacle?
I mean, it's Kevin Smith.
I know.
Wouldn't be Kevin Smith without at least 2 controversies.
You know, what was it? 8 issues? What did it take? Like a year and a half to come out?
We're not gonna poop on Kevin Smith. That's very cliche as a podcaster now. Okay.
I was gonna say, and the internet's taking care of that for us this week with Masters of the Universe.
Thank you. Hey, Russell and Ray actually liked it because they're sweet summer children, and I love them for their optimism and positivity. I'm a Toxic fan, and I'm proud of it.
It's a lot of meat.
Anyway.
So his death after fighting Daredevil and his damnation into hell to suffer until he met Harry.
Something about Harry.
When Harry
Did he
met
meet Sally?
I was gonna say when Harry met Mysterio. I'll have what he's having.
Aside of Peter. Hey-o.
Hey-o. Until he met Harry, who made him a deal which led to his resurrection. Although he thought himself free, Harry visited Quentin intermittently throughout the years, even granting Quentin access to technology to reach an alternate universe. Remember when Mysterio was in the Ultimate Universe, kids? Spider-Man? Scroll down.
I do. I was there.
Where Peter would arrive. But as Spider-Man was more and more active as a superhero, with his activities reminiscent of the old days, Beck thought he was free of Kindred until his master's return months earlier. Beck rationalized that hell was also a state of mind. At the Ravencroft Institute, Kindred left Norman alive and a clue for where to go next. Drake Kennard. At the office, Drake is pleased to meet Norman after weeks of failed contact in regards to Mendel Strom's last will and testament.
Mendelbaum.
Serenity now. With the only item being a safety deposit box with a key in it. Norman immediately knows its meaning and flies out to Paris.
Ah, damn it. We're in Europe again with an Osborn. This ain't going to turn out good. Nothing good at all.
What's he got
This is not in Switzerland. That's when you know it's going to go down.
What's he got locked up? Gwen Stacy's third kid? Come on.
Don't joke like that.
I know. As Norman arrives, Kindred narrates how it was time to have Norman face his sins. In the hidden prison cell, Carly Cooper continues to call for help, only for Harry Osborn to give up again, reminding him of his family awaiting him. But with his past, he feels they are better off without him.
Well, you're right, sir. That's the smartest thing you've said all day.
Mm-hmm. Feeling that something is hiding and telling him that none of his life is real and none of it will last. Carly retorts that he shouldn't give in, but as she goes on about those he loves awaiting him, Harry points out the door is open and they're free to go. Could there be something up with this prison? In an abandoned ambulance, Kindred sometimes sits in there to try feeling the memories. Spectacular
Here's-
Spider-Man 200, maybe?
Yeah, here's a breadcrumb, kid.
Roll way down. I think that was like episode 2. From when Peter comforted him dying. Yes, Spectacular 200. Helping him die a hero, but now feels nothing.
Nothing.
On a soundstage, Mary Jane recognizes the setting as the therapist's office she attended after Gwen died.
Wait a dang minute.
Wait a minute. And Beck explains that the suggestion he gave her to cope had her return over the years. But after her therapist retired, she got a new one after Harry died.
Wasn't as good.
Ludwig Reinhardt.
There's another breadcrumb.
See, kids, when you're tired of the name Quentin Beck, you operate under the name Ludwig Reinhardt.
Because you want to be fancy.
Once Mary Jane realizes Ludwig is but an alias of Mysterio's, she notes how she never remembered that. With Beck explaining that memories were malleable and could lead some astray. Oh my God, memories are like the timeline.
Memories.
Memories in the timeline are malleable. Returning to the theater, Beck leaves Mary Jane there as she tries to once more convince him that he has changed, but he departs with his big scene coming up, leaving Mary Jane alone with Kindred. Quit rolling those eyes.
Womp, womp.
Come on, get vocal.
Yeah.
That happened.
That happened. Yeah.
I mean, we have a couple issues of Sinister War, but then, I mean, actual ASM issues, we only got like 3 or 4 left?
Yeah. I didn't like the fact that he was narrating. I feel like that's hokey and hacky. It's already a comic book. Don't do that. It's 2021, you know?
I swear there was something a while back. Maybe they switched course with him leaving. I thought they were going to like reveal this big... I thought they were going to reveal something about Norman and Harry way before this, but... And how do we have 2 Harrys?
It's a comic book. Of course we have 2 Harrys.
I know.
I'm surprised we don't have 3, to be honest.
Or I was thinking about this. What if Norman was like, maybe I'll clone myself a new Harry since he's dead, but one I can control. Because remember the whole American Son thing?
Yeah.
And then let's just say did not make Kindred happy. Between Norman cloning his son and Peter making the deal.
Who do we think Kindred is, honestly?
I mean, they're really pushing for Harry. I mean, the ambulance and... I mean, we haven't seen him for the last couple issues. Could it be Ned Leeds?
I hope it's Ned. I can't deal with another Osborn debacle.
I know.
They never pull it off quite right. It never goes off without a hitch, you know?
I mean, when he's thinking about Peter, he calls him old pal. So I'm thinking it's either Harry or Ned.
Old chum? Old sport? I just hope, I don't know, because that's just too obvious, though. If it's Harry, it's too obvious.
Yeah, but what's up with
if it's Ned, it's too obvious now.
I know, but it's like with the ambulance, who else could it be? Well, I mean, Spider-Man has a big death toll, but I was gonna say Gwen's dad wouldn't call him old pal. Or whatever. Well, Flash is he's kind of alive in Venom.
Or is he?
Oh.
Is that a clone? And this is the real... I don't know. Like, Flash would be the biggest surprise, I guess.
Oh, what if they have to reintegrate Flash? Yeah.
I mean, I miss him, to be honest. So.
I mean, what if Kindred... What if or Harry's been separated somehow? Remember how Spencer started his run, man? Peter and Spider-Man got separated.
I think we solved it, Philip. Unfortunately,
unless it was
he's gotta put them back together and send them back to hell.
Did Norman try to separate, the more aggressive Harry from the passive Harry, and he was going to send passive Harry to hell, but it went reverse?
Yep, I think we solved it, kids.
Oh, at the same time, Spider-Man's making his deal with Mephisto. Norman says, maybe I can get in on this.
But then I don't like the red herring about what Doctor Strange said to him. I don't know, but I just feel like one way or another, even if it's like, ooh, Harry was split, it's still an Osborn reveal. And now we desperately need Osborns back in the mix. I will not deny you that, but it should have never took this long to get to this point if that's the case. That's all. I'm just saying we took a lot of time to get here.
And is everything that happened to Harry and, all kinds of bad stuff just because Peter made the deal, or?
Well, let's just all be honest. Peter is selfish. And they don't shy away from that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the whole reason why he's Spider-Man is because he's selfish,
Yeah. I mean, again, Mysterio got resurrected before Peter made the deal. So if Kindred's the one who resurrected him, I mean,
he probably lied to him because.
Harry died in 200, so it could be Harry. I don't know.
I don't know, and I don't care anymore. Honestly,
I just want the answers. Damn it.
Yeah, so I can move on. So we can move on because it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter at the end of the day.
I mean, if you look at the solicits for when that new team shows up, there's no mention of Kindred. So I'm hoping we at least.
Of course not. They know people are sick of it.
I know. Even if they don't tie it up, at least definitively tell us.
You know what? Just go on Twitter right now, dearest Nick. Just go on Twitter and tell us. We don't care. Just tell us.
I'll still buy the books. Just tell me.
I mean, it's on the pull list. It's more of a hassle to take stuff off a pull list than well, it is.
I know. I mean, again, we've been dealing with this for 71 issues. They should have wrapped this up at 50. Come on.
I'm gonna be honest. They should have wrapped it up at 25.
True. I mean, but when they were doing at least 2 books a month, so 50.
And that's on them. I really like. As much as I love Spider-Man, it's kind of like that Superman effect where it's like, oh, this is too much. This is too much.
But I wonder if
especially when Black Cat is super good,
Yeah. I wonder if it's even Nick Spencer's fault, or I wonder if it's just like a Clone Saga deal again, where like editorial or sales keep going. Yeah.
I hope so. Like I like Nick, but this storyline has been killing me for at least 30 issues.
But again, I mean, he's leaving soon, so hopefully, the next 3 or 4 amazing issues, and then there's some Sinister War issues tied in there. So
sick of Sinister War already.
We need answers.
We'll get them. It's not going to be anything we like. I almost guarantee you at this point.
I know.
If it was something we like, it wouldn't have been drawn out this long.
I mean, it's been drawn out so long. Could anything really live up to the hype at this point?
No. Absolutely not. Only if it's Uncle Ben. Like, that's literally the only thing that would be like, didn't he hold him in his arms when he died in the ambulance, or is that just the movie?
Or what if it's like part of Peter, who made the deal and like, half his soul went to hell or whatever?
Nah. What if it's Mary Jane? It's evil twin. You know what? I'm just gonna, even if it's not, it's Christy. There we go.
Oh, Gwen or OG Gwen.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Hey man, she'd have an axe to grind with Norman too. I mean, the only redeeming quality of that is she could get her revenge on Norman. Oh my God! I so want Kindred to be Gwen just so she can toss Norman off the bridge.
Somebody write a fanfic because we know that's not gonna happen. But somebody write the fanfic.
I was gonna say, get on it, Lilith Hellfire.
No, I only do lemon fanfic. Spicy fanfic.
She only does the sexual stuff, kid. Not the what ifs.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, kids. So there's your old stuff. There's your new stuff. Anything else, Lilith Hellfire?
Place your bets on who Kindred is. Whoever gets, if you write in and you get it right, I'll give you a Funko. Don't know which one, but it'll be a Spider-Man Funko.
Oh my. Yeah, kids. Put
that on the face. Make sure to put that on the Facebook group.
Oh, really? You're serious?
Yeah, and Twitter. Yeah, I want to see. And Nick Spencer, if you answer, I'll give you a 20 in your Funko box.
Oh. Hey, we'll give you a pretty damn good prize if you just tell us ahead of time, Nick Spencer. We will not tell anyone, I promise.
Not a soul.
Oh my God, can you imagine us rubbing that in everyone's face? Be like, we know who Kindred is. Charlie be like, tell me. No.
Oh, definitely not. He'd tell Brian.
That's true.
And he let Brian get the scoop.
Well, yeah, kids, don't ask for that Captain Atom. I'm going to bid on that. All right, so next week we'll be wrapping up our Hulk coverage with Amazing Spider-Man 381 and 382. Featuring Professor.
Smash it!
That's right. And then in 2 weeks, we already recorded it, but you could still send your thoughts. We'll play them at some point.
Smash it.
Ray and I covered Scarlet Spider Unlimited #1.
Oh,
High Evolutionary, yes, won the gore, all that good jazz. Okay, and then, all right, let me tell you about September, kids. 2 of the weeks could be tying in the comic capers. So the first week of the month, we'll be doing Marvel Team Up Annual #1, Spider-Man and the X-Men.
of course, because we're gratuitous. It's fine.
Yes, and then week 2, we're going to cover Giant Size Spider-Man #2.
Yes.
Giant Size for Lilith, Spider-Man, and Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Hey, we got to keep the international.
I know we got to keep the synergy. I know. Doesn't
And-
have to like it.
Hey, and there's a young Australian boy who really has his heart set on it.
Sounds like a plan, Jan.
Oh, he is a sweet summer child, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. And then week 3 in September, we'll be covering the X-Men Spider-Man miniseries.
Yes.
There's some storm in that too. So,
A stormy September.
and then of course, September will end with Web of Scarlet Spider #1, Amazing Scarlet Spider #1, Scarlet Spider #1, and
The nerve of it to call it amazing. Just the nerve.
And then Charlie Esther says, "Wake me when September ends, because October, we'll get to our Doc October."
It'll be a superior month indeed.
In a few weeks, I'll let you know what issues we're covering there. But of course,
We'll take requests, maybe.
Well, of course, we're going to start with Amazing #3,
Obviously.
and of course, we're going to cover that Aunt May marriage issue.
Yes. My favorite.
All right, kids. So yeah, send your thoughts on all of that. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Ultimate Spider-Cast on Facebook, Twitter. Find links to all the various social medias for all our shows, including go join our Facebook fan group, Web of Spider-Man.
Thwip.
Let's beat into the night. We're getting there. We're getting close, kids.
Oh, and shout out to everybody that's on the YouTube for getting
I
us
was
to
gonna say.
169. Finally, now onwards and upwards to 269.
Exactly. I was going to say, yes, find links. Please subscribe to the YouTube so we can make the journey to 269. We've hit 169, kids. You've made Lilith Hellfire very happy. Now, keep it. Do it again. 269. One was not enough for her. Give her 269. So, yes, find links to the YouTube channel. Find links to the Patreon. More and more stuff coming there. Links to merch. Links to everything. Capes and Lunatics, all in one place.
Cover your nips.
Ayo.
Stay hydrated.
That's Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And of course, please go support all things Southgate Media Group. Go to southgatemediagroup.com and go subscribe to the Southgate Media Group YouTube channel. Go subscribe to the Southgate Media Group Patreon. There's a bunch
And tell them we sent you.
That's right. Anytime you go to any of that stuff, tell Rob Southgate we sent you. And of course, you can also support the network by buying Pod Life, the book, now in digital and paperback. And you can get that on Amazon. And when you do get that or anything on Amazon, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support this show, the network, and
that wild animal hiding in the woods.
That's right, Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain, so says Master Doom. What did you say? Nice mustache, Charlie. Mark my words.
All right, Lilith, where can people find you rampaging?
Oh, definitely probably rampaging on Twitter. Whenever I can find something to live tweet over at Lilith Hellfire, and then over on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire 69, and of course making comments in that content on the TikTok app at Lilith Hellfire 69.
Because Ray likes it hard, and Ray
Russell
likes
likes
it
it
long.
long.
Oh my.
long? Does Russell like it hard?
I played that for Ray, and he said both.
Nice.
Gave up the meat.
I don't know what's going on.
I need it bigger.
Hey-oh. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Again, come back in 1 week for the last Pulp episode. Amazing Spider-Man 381 and 382. Followed by Spider-Man number 1. And then come back for some X-Men and Shang-Chi in September. But until next time, swing on that.